Okay, so the Agbogbomefia of the Sogli state, Togbe Afede has urged the government to step up its anti-corruption effort, warning that graft remains one of the greatest threats to Ghana's development. Speaking at a sword-cutting ceremony for the redevelopment of Asikuma, Ho Denua Flower Road in Ho on Tuesday, September 16th, Togbe Afede welcomed the government's Operation Recover All Loot initiative, but said more decisive measures are required. The government needs to be fighting corruption head-on. I am glad so far of the ORA project. This big initiative, complemented by exciting policies such as the 24-hour economy, deliver development we want and continue to make Ghana an example for Africa, he said. The traditional ruler stressed that spurring strong anti-corruption action will transform programs like the 24-hour economy and could drive economic growth and create jobs. So, Togbe Afede of the Volta region has urged the government to step up efforts with the ORA team so we can arrest more people. And we all know that, you see, when you vote for a government or when the new government comes into power, one of the things everybody is looking up to, especially if the previous administration has been embedded with corruption and a whole lot of staffs, the only thing people are looking up to is for you to fish them out and then make them face the law. And then we take it from there. And so when this current administration came on board with the ORA team, everybody was happy. They were applauded. They were applauded seriously because we saw what were going on. Allegedly, we've heard a lot of staffs. Yes. But as it stands now, I feel like the ORA team is sleeping because we've not heard anything from them. And you know, the ORA team do not really have the mandate of prosecuting anyone. What they do is investigate the matter, do their necessary inquiries, and then hand it over to the special prosecutor or the attorney general, and then they take it from there. Now, whoever needs to be arrested or jailed or held accountable will be held accountable. But we are not seeing it. We are not seeing it. I mean, a time came where someone who allegedly was involved in embezzling state fund could actually tell us the time he will be coming, the time he can be made or he will make himself available for interrogations. And you see, for a country to succeed, if you see any country succeeding, then check whether they fought corruption. Or let me put it this way, if a country succeeds, then it's because they fought corruption very well. Because corruption is the only way that can drain you. If you're talking about 24-hour economy, yes, we can bring a lot of policies on board. But when you don't have the right people who will make your vision reality, it won't work. So the government can bring out initiative like, let's say, maybe creating more jobs for the youth and bringing out new policies and a whole lot. And monies will be projected into all these policies. And it is these appointees that will stand in for the government and ensures that if it is an infrastructure, it is built, and also ensure that people are being employed. But if those money are being projected into those policies and the appointees who are supposed to ensure that those infrastructures are built to employ the people spend that money or transfer the money into his private account, we are not going to see any progress. And you see, corruption has become a major problem in this country. We keep talking about corruption each and every day, but we still see corruption. The very people we entrust power into their hands end up stealing money from us. They don't even pity the taxpayer anymore. Corruption everywhere. If not for corruption, why would they project money into a project? Project now young complete. Sikana yehu. The person responsible for that particular project is nowhere to be found. And I can cite a lot of examples. We have a lot of uncompleted projects. Yes, I know that sometimes government comes on board, they start and they don't finish. Why don't they finish? Is it that they haven't pumped enough money into it, or the people who are supposed to ensure that those projects are completed, do not do their works well. They're supposed to put all these things into consideration. And that, you see, it's funny when we go on cutting sword, building, and yenvieda. And it's a pity. Always we are developing the country. I keep saying this. Ghana they and developing da. Anytime we are developing. So when is this narrative going to change? And I'll be like, we are now developed. Let's focus on other things. Every day we are constructing roads. Every day we are building hospitals. Every day we are building schools. Why is it so? I know some public officials have already made their mind. Obviously, and because no one is being held accountable, they feel it's normal. They can do it. And you see, some time ago, a colleague was telling me that a politician can never arrest a politician. We argued. He told me a politician can never arrest a politician. And I'm beginning to believe what he's saying. I'm not that grown, but I haven't seen a politician arresting a politician before. Jailing them and making them dance to their own tune. We won't be that. They can only be deceiving you. Today they've arrested the person, they remanded the person, they bailed the person. Tomorrow they've arrested the person, they bailed the person, the case have been adjourned. You're better than someone like you get fed up. And it's not supposed to be so. If we entrust power into someone's hand, we are supposed to ensure that they do it, they use their power rightly. And they must be held accountable. It's because we don't hold them accountable. That is why we have ghost names on payrolls. We are paying ghosts. Once we have workers, people who are working and they are not being paid. We have people who are complaining every day that they are not being paid for months and they don't even know how to survive. But we are paying ghosts. We are paying ghosts. And will you sit down and tell me that there is no one in charge of this? We are paying ghosts. And money that is supposed to be used for a developmental project has been channeled into someone's private account. And up to now, yenti hoshe. It doesn't get anywhere. Not to even talk about the National Cathedral. The National Cathedral has now become a manhole. Up to now, no one, we don't even know, because the person allegedly we think is involved and stuff is now giving us a lot of issues. We can't find the money. The National Cathedral is not on site. Where is the money? Money do not have legs. That we will say that maybe they've worked or they've run out of the country to go and have fun and come back. We can't find the money. And the people involved, they are still in this country, walking about. And that is why you see sometimes some of the citizens get so fed up with the government. We tend to arrest people for stealing plantain, tube of yam. But the politician with an AC in his office and in his vehicle that have embezzled state money, allowed to walk scot-free.